Hi, I'm Jack Paynter. I am a second year graduate student in the public history program at UNC Wilmington. And I have picked Rockingham here because it's basically my home track. I'm originally from Raleigh, and this was the closest track to Raleigh, the closest NASCAR track that they raced at to Raleigh. And I've been here a lot, and I love it, and I really wish it would make a comeback in some form or fashion. It was back in 2011. There was like a local racing expo at the Raleigh State Fairgrounds, and they had like an iRacing rig set up there, and I forgot what. I know it was at the track was Bristol, and I forgot what car it was. It might have been the old was now the ARCA car on the service. Might have been that. But I had been sim racing for a few years already on NASCAR Racing 4. I was like, all right, I can give this a shot. I'd heard of iRacing and it looked fun, and I gave it a shot, and I was pretty good at it. I didn't wreck. So my dad was like, all right, if you want to get into this, then I'll pay for the year, and you can get a wheel. And then yeah, we got a old Logitech Momo off like Craigslist or something, and got into iRacing and took a bit of a break. I only had iRacing for 2011 for that 1 year, and then I got back into it 2019. Yeah, 2019 I got back into it. So technically I've been on the service for 10 years, but really it's been like 3. For me, it was definitely how realistic it was, because I mean, growing up, NASCAR Racing 4, NASCAR Racing 2003 season, they were realistic for their time. They were even by the time I got into iRacing in 2011, NASCAR Racing 4 was 10 years old. So it was definitely an upgrade from what I'd been experienced to, and getting into iRacing, it definitely provided that kind of more realistic simulation experience I was looking for, and that I eventually like really loved, really fell in love with. And eNASCAR, I mean, I've been a NASCAR fan my whole life, so getting involved in NASCAR in some form or fashion, like with iRacing, I couldn't say no to it really. Like once I heard about this, the college series, I jumped at the chance, and I made Daytona, made Charlotte, and I've had a blast with it so far. Definitely, I've learned a lot about how these cars drive and how to make them, like how to be competitive really, because especially early on, even when I got back into iRacing in 2019, I would just go full throttle, 100% all the way, and I would immediately like just wear my equipment like just like that, and I had no idea how to save tire. I had no idea how important tire saving was to racing, and over time, as I kept doing it more and more, I got better at tire saving. I'm still not great, but I feel like I'm better at tire saving than I used to be, and I know how important it is, especially saving the right front. It's crucial to being able to win races, especially like having long-term speed. And yeah, it's just tire saving first and foremost is what I've learned is extremely important through iRacing. Absolutely, I could have done better. I finished 9th. I started 11th, ran kind of 11th to 15th that first run, but then a couple of people wrecked out, and I made a tire call, and we ran up inside the top 5 for a little bit there, but especially I was trying to get around the eventual winner, Daniel Budafuoco, and I was up there on the high side trying to get around him, and that just really, I mean, it destroyed my right front. I couldn't go anywhere, and then I fell like right to the back to like I want to say 15th or so. I eventually worked my way back up to 9th there at the very end. But I feel like if I had just kind of fallen in line there behind Dan and just kind of saved tire with him, then I would have could have gotten a top 5 out of it, maybe. But I mean, I'm happy with 9th. It was a pretty good run. I had fun. Yeah, it's very important. Like being in the right mindset. It's trying to keep a calm mentality, level head. It's something I've kind of struggled with. I tend to get hot headed and really competitive in iRacing, and that's led to some mistakes that probably shouldn't have been made in racing. So just trying to maintain your composure at all times. It's super important, and I mean, there's a reason why a lot of the real life drivers who are really successful, they're calm, they're composed, they don't make mistakes, they don't let like pressure get to them or any kind of on-track incidents bother them that much beyond kind of just that the week that it happens. So maintaining that calm composure is, I mean, it's the key to success both in real racing and iRacing. This past, I mean, I haven't really done much. I've won a couple of league races. Most recently, this past couple Saturdays ago in a legend car league, and then I won in a truck race, a truck league back in 2020, and that's about it for league racing. But especially recently, I've gotten into kind of endurance racing, and I've done 24 hours of Daytona with a couple friends, and we finished 5th in our split, which was awesome. It was the same split that Anthony Alfredo was in, and we had to battle for that 5th. Like, we got it at the very end. We had a lot of mistakes there. Kind of, I mean, it's a 24-hour race. You're gonna make mistakes. So we had a lot of troubles to overcome, and we eventually did. We came in 5th. And then I've done Bathurst 12-hour, Watkins Glen 6-hour. Both times having pretty solid runs, but that 5th at Daytona, it's probably one of the best things I've done so far in terms of accomplishments. Hopefully I can get a few more, like actually win some things. Like I'm gonna try to get into I did this year's Daytona 500. Had a good run until my computer kind of ruined it for me by freezing. But hopefully I can eventually get one of those and just keep doing these long, like big events. I would love to get some success in there. Definitely Kyle Busch. He's been my favorite since 2008 when he first got in the 18. And I use the 18 because of Kyle Busch. So if I could be able to race him at some point, if it's in even just like a random public lobby or in a league or something, that would be awesome. And next goal, I kind of alluded to it earlier, is to win one of those big events like the Daytona 500, like 24 Hours of Daytona, one of those big iRacing sponsored events. I would love to get one of those, love to get a win in one of those. And also just kind of go for league championships. I do a lot of league racing more than anything. League championships and those kind of big event wins, I would love to get in the near future. Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing it right now with Parker Retzlaff. He's a Coke driver, and he I don't know if he got his start on iRacing, but he's a Coke driver and he's making Xfinity Series starts. William Byron, he got his start on the computer, and he's now a multiple-time Cup Series winner. So it's definitely possible. We're seeing. I would love to see kind of more guys branching out and going into real racing. Like I think Donovan Strauss, he made a late model start at Hickory, I think last weekend, and Travis Brown, Moonhead, he's getting into late model racing, I think starting in August. So I mean, you're seeing some guys from the iRacing community starting to get out into real world racing, and like I think Retzlaff, he got a top 10 this past weekend. So I think it's they're having success already, and it would be awesome to see more guys get out there and hopefully find some success like Parker Retzlaff and William Byron. So I think there's definitely potential for iRacers to get there into real life racing and and have success. I will try, because Rockingham is not a very easy track, so especially on old tires like I am right now. So I'm going to try to dive it down into turn 1 right here, hold the bottom. You really want that paint grip, but it's hard to get there, get down to the yellow line on old tires. Keep it gunned off the corner. There's a bump off turn 2. You want to try to avoid that. And then kind of same thing in 3 and 4, dive it back down to the bottom. I missed the bottom, but luckily 3 and 4, there's a bit more multi-lane. You can run either high or low. Either one works. So it just kind of up to personal preference there. But 1 and 2, like see right here, I've hit the bottom real nicely. It sucks that I'm not on new tires like my ghost car is. But yeah, I hit the bottom in 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna run up top here in 3 and 4 because the option's there, and then kind of gun it off the corner. Hopefully get a good run. Last lap was a 25.9. This lap is a 26.1, so it was slower. But either way, there's multiple avenues, especially there in 3 and 4 at Rockingham for some racing.